Und damit hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu Legend of Heroes 12 Cold Steel. Beim letzten Mal haben wir mit Kapitel 5 angefangen und nun kurz mal hier natürlich Quo. Natürlich. Yo, sure didn't take long for you to pay me a visit. Who would have thought we'd end up right across the hall from each other? Guess you just fated to be a part of my life, huh? So you say. Still, it feels strange, knowing you'll be living here from now on. It all happened so suddenly that it hasn't really sunk in yet. It's okay. You don't have to hold back your joy at getting to live with the cool second year all the time. Yeah, I guess you did help me out in a big way last month down in the old schoolhouse. So I couldn't help but notice you've got quite a collection of games here. Sure do. Brought them all over from my old dorm room. Not exactly smelling like a rose as far as credits go, but you've got to give yourself a break now and then, right? Wise words, though in your case, I get the impression you're never all that busy to begin with. Anyway, we're classmates and dorm butts now, so be sure to keep it casual between us. I'm sure you'll get used to it soon enough. I'll try at least. Eine Dartscheibe. Und Dart. Fair. Fair enough. Das lese ich jetzt mal nicht alles vor. Er hat ein Schachmatch. Und die haben ihr Konzert. Nice. Von wem ist der Brief? Bin ich aber auch verwirrt. Ja, Geist sieht das immer schön positiv. Ist irgendwas hier unten eigentlich los? Oh ja. Ah, aha. Ja, wäre das nicht toll, wenn es einen Weg gäbe, dass wir Celine verstehen könnten. Ach, Sharon. Vermut mal, komme ich nicht raus. Nee. Das ist theoretisch Sarahs Room. Ich glaube, oder? Oh, hier ist ein Bild, aber da kann man nicht so richtig was drauf erkennen, oder? Was ist das? Tio? Das sieht aus wie Tio. Ha. Weird. Und hier keiner drin. Pflanzen? Achso, das müsste Emma dann sein, ne? würde sie halt wirklich einfach da so, einfach da so ein paar Schuhe im Regal stehen. Und Katzenfutter? Naja. Wir hinterfragen viel nicht. Okay, wenn ich mir gerade den Bilderrahmen angucke, dann war der Bilderrahmen unten einfach nur... Oh, da war das Sharon-Raum und das war halt einfach das Familienfoto von den Winefords. Das kann natürlich auch einfach sein. Weil hier ist nämlich Sarahs Raum. Aha. Moment. Da ist Heim, da rechts ist Crossbell, in der Mitte. Da, wo jetzt der Kopf von Venus ist umzirkelte, müsste Heimdall sein. Daneben ist Twister. Interesting. Dann war es da unten Sharons Raum und da war dann wahrscheinlich... Ach, okay, Millium hat sehr viele Kuscheltiere. Da unten ist ein Michi. Michichichi. Dann war das wahrscheinlich einfach ein Bild von den Winefords. Dann war ich jetzt überall, ne? Ja. Gut, dann können wir die Nacht beenden und den nächsten Tag anbrechen lassen. Let's go. Lately, the other girls have been going on about the 7 mysteries of the Academy. I desire this grim knowledge. If you do too, visit the Occult Research Society Club room in the Student Union building. We're adding a new feature to the bike and we want you to give it a test run. Come see us in the engineering building when you're ready to ride. Does anyone in Class 7 actually read these? If I wrote whatever I wanted here, would they investigate the old schoolhouse regardless? Perhaps I should use this opportunity to tell a joke. I know just one. 2 men walk into a bar, instructors Neidhart and Thomas, perhaps, and one says to the other, oh blast, I'm out of room. Van Dyke. Looks like there's quite a few today. Thors seemed pretty swamped when I saw her too. Not sure what it is that's keeping her so busy, but I want to do what I can to lighten the burden. And then there's the old schoolhouse too. I have to free up some time for that. Review. I guess we'll just have to see what we turn up this month. I promised to take Front Millium when I was going, so I'll have to give them a call when I'm ready to head in. Oh, are you leaving early today? Yeah, I was just about to head out. Do take care then. The sky is looking a little ominous today, so I'd suggest taking an umbrella. You sure? It seems like another boiling summer day to me. Perhaps it is right now, but I have a hunch it won't last the day. Either way, I'll pray you'll have another fruitful day. Thanks, Sharon. I'll see you later then. Go, wir haben 8 Bonding-Events. Aber darum kümmern wir uns erstmal noch nicht. So. Erste Amtshandlung. Das war falsch. Student Union Building, da. Hardest work as ever, I see. It's no good to work overtime though. Sometimes you need to take a rest and enjoy something sweet. In fact, I know just the dessert for you. Let me teach you. Let's go. Wir haben ein neues Rezept bekommen. So. Dann Bookstore. Da. Eine Ausgabe des Chronicles. Und ein paar neue Bücher, die ich dann auch am besten direkt lese, bevor ich es am Ende vergesse. Da. Court Fencing, The Connection Real Sorrow, I'm sure Justice with Uses. Das sind 100 Punkte, das ist jetzt nicht so viel, aber ne. Es ist immer noch etwas, was man mitnehmen sollte. Im Endeffekt braucht man ja dann doch einige Kämpfe, wenn man das mit den Kämpfen aufholen will. So, dann einmal hier das Ding hier. Wer hier das durchlesen will, gerne pausieren. So, dann ich drücken. Nein. Student Union Building. So, wo ist denn der hier? Been a long time coming, but we're finally ready. Marcus has trained me so well that I can confidently say I'm on par with anyone in the upper class club. All we have to do now is win and keep our club going. Character Profile für Stefan. So, als nächstes Gymnasium. Mit Lodgings. I tried to forget it, but I was a hell of a troublemaker when I first entered the academy. But then Friedel came along and straightened me out with a thorough beatdown. Now that I think about it, I've never won a single match against her. Well, this is sad. So, und Upper, nein. Da. Upper Class Dormitory. Nee, nicht mit Lotte. Da. Lady Ferris was in rare form this morning. It takes a special kind of lady to both wear all of her clothes inside out and trip over nothing. What an honor it is to serve such interesting and endearing masters. I knew it. She finds this all hilarious. She does. She really does. Gut, dann können wir doch eigentlich direkt mit der ersten Quest anfangen. Gehen wir ins Student Union Building. Wie immer wieder, da waren wir jetzt ein paar Mal. Aber ich kann gerade mal gucken. Okay, das sind alles Waffen, die wir schon haben. Das ist gut. Können wir nochmal hier ein paar Battle Scopes. Kann man eigentlich nie zu wenig von haben. Welcome to the Cold Research Society. What kind of fortune would you like me to tell you today, Queen of Class 7? Health, vermin. I can even give life advice, if that is what you wish. Sorry, I'm not actually here to get my fortune told. Don't worry, I'm well aware of that. You were sent by the student council, weren't you? You could have at least played along a little, though. You're not much fun. I'm kind of fun. Beryl's a strange one, alright? He's got quite a reputation amongst the girls as an uncannily accurate fortune teller. There's something you'd like to ask of me, is there not? Answers are merely a question away. You wish to know what kinds of rituals and curses are my favorite, perhaps? That's probably the kind of thing I'm better off not knowing. Thanks. Wait, she didn't just read my mind, did she? Nah, she couldn't have. So I assume you've been informed about what I want you to do? Yeah, you want me to look into the Academy's 7 mysteries, right? Precisely. The sooner you can start investigating, the better. Are you ready to begin? Sure, I'm ready when you are. I know a lot of schools across the country have mysteries like these, but I didn't know that Thors had a set all of its own. Well, I'm glad I could give you the good news. They've become a hot topic among some of the girls recently. I wouldn't have guessed that. But you said that you wanted me to look into the 7 mysteries. Does that mean you don't know what all of them are and want me to find out what information you're missing? No, I want the basics of each mystery already. I know. What I'd like to ask you to do is to investigate how credible each one is. I see. If that's something I'll really be able to investigate though, I mean if that's supernatural, you can just think of that as part of your investigation. If you can't come to any conclusions, so be it. Either way, to be more specific, I'd like you to talk to the people most likely to know something about each mystery. I could do it myself, but I'm not exactly what you call a people person. Heh. Right, okay, I think I get what you want me to do now. Can you give me a head start by telling me what you know about each of the 7 mysteries though? I think if I told you everything at once, it might be so much horror to take in that it would stop your heart. So ask me about them one by one and I'll tell you what I know about each. That sounds like a good way to do it. Alright, leave the investigation to me. Thank you. Look forward to hearing what you discover. Good. You wish to hear, jawohl. First mystery. The first mystery, the crying sculpture. The sculpture in question rests in the art room. It's used as a reference for sketches. However, if you dare draw near, you can see to hear the tracks running down its face. Whoa. What's more, the tears return after wiping them away. Rumor has it that the tears originate from a human head contained within. Okay, I was on board up until then, and that's a little tricky to believe. You think so too? Even so, these sorts of stories always contain some kernel of truth. But speaking to the head of the art club will allow you to find it. Second mystery is that of the haunted piano. Late one night, a student walking by the music room heard someone playing the piano. Drawn by the sound, he took a peek into the room, only to find it empty. Well, the name certainly fits. They claim it's a music-loving ghost playing the piano in there. Ghosts who like music, that's all, seems a bit lazy to me. Agreed, at least give the ghost some elaborate tragic backstory to explain its connection to the piano. Regardless, perhaps you could learn more from the head of the wind orchestra. I believe his name was Beryl. Thirdly, we have the mystery of the forbidden tome. Now this one is interesting. Apparently, the Academy's library houses a book containing one of the world's greatest secrets. The book is passed down from one library head to the next, all of whom are tasked with keeping it safe from prying eyes. You weren't kidding. This one is pretty interesting. Pleases me to know that I have a partner in fascination. Just imagine if it were something about the fall of the ancient Lemurian civilization. How romantic. The person currently in charge of the library is Instructor Thomas. He's likely the only person who knows for sure. Ja gut, aber das ist die Sache, wenn... Bin ich gleich mal gespannt, wenn wir mit Thomas reden. The Hidden Graves. This legend dates back 250 years. Said that many who died in the War of Lions lie buried beneath this academy. More specifically, the bodies are buried directly below what is now the field. Whoa, is there more to this story? Oh, there certainly is. They say that on some cursed night, the corpses of the buried rise from their grave to bathe in the moonlight, and when they do, their long hidden graves surface from the field, overturning it and leaving holes. Well, that explains why this mystery is called the Hidden Graves at least. But honestly, I was kind of expecting the mystery to be a little creepier. You must be getting used to these macabre mysteries. Good. Wait, what do you mean by good? Regardless, the best people to ask about the field would be the members of the riding club. I believe the club's Captain Lambert is home for the summer. Perhaps you should ask Paula instead. The sports club's grudge is the topic of a fifth mystery. Given how hard the sports club train, it's not uncommon to hear screaming coming from their general direction. But some say that screams can be heard coming from something else, dwelling in the gymnasium. The rumors say that those screams are a grudge of sorts, a manifestation of all the stresses sports club members face. This one seems a bit backwards to me. Working up a sweat should wash away your stresses, not make a monster out of them. Only a select few would share that sentiment. Such ignorance of others' feelings might just lead you to an unfortunate end. Right. No matter. It may be wise to ask the captain of the fencing club for further details on this mystery. I think her name is Friedel. Oh my, the sixth mystery surrounds the crimson devil of Lake Hell. Have you paid much attention to the pond beside the gymnasium? Some say that it has a direct connection to Hell itself. More amazingly, they say a resident of Hell, the Crimson Devil, shows up at the pond from time to time. Well, that's certainly something. Any word on what it looked like? Sadly, the only descriptor I've heard is that it has two massive claws. It might be best to ask someone who fishes there often if you wish to know more about this mystery. Do you know Kenneth? He's the first year in the Imperial Fishing Club. He's a noble, though he acts as though he's not. Nevertheless, he is the club's head. Perhaps he knows something. The seventh and final mystery is that of the poltergeist in the upper class dormitory. To be frank, I have very little information about this one. But it seems as though furniture, cutlery, and the like are often found broken in the upper class dormitory. And people are saying a poltergeist is responsible? So it seems. Considering the mess it seems to be making, I can only imagine that the dormitory's mates would know something. Perhaps you should ask them for information. Aber gut, dann kümmern wir uns jetzt darum. Wir fangen an hier oben. Wir gehen in den Art Room. Müsste hier sein, oder? Wow, ich habe einen Insel gefunden. Let's go. Pretty sure this girl is the head of the art club. Excuse me, could I have a minute of your time? No, I'm busy. But my ears work so I can listen to whatever you have to say. Go ahead, state your business. Oh, okay. Guess he's going to keep working while I talk. That's pretty impressive. I'm actually looking into the Academy's 7 mysteries, one of which is the arts room's crying sculpture. You wouldn't happen to know anything about condensation. Sorry? Like I said, it's condensation. I have no idea how many people have come in to ask about that. They're not tears, just condensation. Water vapor in the air, a big word to scare you. Who in their right mind would actually believe a sculpture could cry? I guess the world will never run out of idiots. I see. Is that it? Yeah, pretty much. Thank you for the information. It was nothing. Das Pferd finde ich gerade sehr interessant, weil es gibt in Daybreak 2 gibt es eine kleine Ausstellung von Kunst, um nicht so viel zu sagen, aber steht ein namenloser NPC daneben, mit der man sprechen kann, neben so einer Pferdestatue, und die erzählt davon, dass diese Statue von ihrer größten Rivalin Erebonia, Clara, geschaffen wurde. Fand ich einen sehr lustigen Callback, als ich das gesehen hatte. Das gelesen habe im das ist Erle, nicht Bell. Als ich das gelesen hatte, als ich an dem Teil war. Also ist auf jeden Fall im allerletzten Kapitel, deswegen ja. Vielleicht wisst ihr, die es kennen, wissen, was ich damit dann meine. I think this is the bell from the Wind Orchestra. Oh hey, what's up? I have a quick question for you. I'm trying to investigate the 7 mysteries of the Academy. What have you heard about the haunted piano? Oh, that story. It's the one about a ghost playing the piano in an empty room, isn't it? So you do know it. What can you tell me about it? So you want to know the truth, huh? As it turns out, the ghost was me all along. Whoa, really? Okay, calm down. I didn't mean that I'm actually a ghost. Rumors started spreading because someone heard noises in what they thought was an empty room, but I'm pretty sure they just stumbled along while I was tuning the piano. Really? Yeah, it's not exactly rare to end up totally obscured from view when you're tuning certain parts of it. chances are that whoever heard that at the time just couldn't see me. So basically, I'm your so-called ghost. That makes sense, right? Sorry though, you were probably hoping for something a bit more exciting. Not at all. You told me just what I needed to hear. Beryl might not be thrilled, so thanks for your time. Not a problem. Dann haben wir Instructor Thomas. Wo hängt der rum? Hier irgendwo? Ah ja. Und das ist jetzt interessant, was der uns sagt. Read, my boy, what sort of questions has your inquiring mind come up with today? As it happens, I'm looking into something for a fellow student. Do you know anything about a forbidden tome supposedly locked away in this library? A forbidden tome? My, what a fascinating idea. Just imagine if it contained details on the sacraments of the ancient Lemurian civilization. Or perhaps it could be a grimoire written by the Cospellan alchemist of the Middle Ages. Would it be thrilling if one really existed? Yeah, it sure would. Not worth it doesn't. But what exactly inspired you to ask about this imaginary tome? Well, I'm investigating the 7 mysteries of the Academy, and one of them has to do with a book full of the world's greatest secrets hidden deep within this library. Ah, so that's what this is all about. This year's story is even more absurd than the one I heard last year, but I do believe I know what you're talking about. You do. The tome the story refers to is in fact a volume of, how shall I put this, gentleman's special interest literature. Seriously. At least the forbidden part is right, not because it's dangerous or anything, but because it's rather naughty. We tell you boys time after time not to bring those sorts of things into the academy, but somebody always has to try. Well, boys will be boys, I suppose. This little tale started because we gather the contraband here before we dispose of it. Well, that's one way to do things. So if you happen to have a prize collection of your own, make sure to leave it under your mattress back home. Unless you want me to find it and share what you're into with Instructor Sarah and the rest of her faculty. I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, anyway, there's nothing especially unusual or mysterious about this library, I'm afraid. You've made that abundantly clear. Thank you for your time, Instructor. Wenn man drüber nachdenkt, was Thomas' eigentliche Rolle ist, bin ich mir nicht so sicher, ob er hier die Wahrheit erzählt hat, ehrlicherweise. Das klingt nach einer sehr convenient Ausrede, weil es die Sache ist, wenn es das Buch geben würde, hätte Thomas sich das halt auf jeden Fall eingesteckt. Spätestens bei Thomas wäre es halt weg. Weil er halt, seine Aufgabe ist halt, wäre dieses Ding halt zu behalten. Von daher würde ich ihm da gerade nicht zu 100% alles abkaufen, ehrlicherweise. You're Reen from Eustace's class, right? That's right. And you're Paula from class 5, I assume? This might sound weird, but I'm currently looking into these mysteries surrounding the school. Have you heard the rumor they're calling the hidden graves? I have, but the one about the dead rising from their graves on the field, right? Lambert and I found a hole on the field a while back, but the only thing to come out of that was an exam with a bad grade. Seriously? Yep, seems like someone couldn't deal with getting a score that bad, so they tried to put their test 6 to each under. They didn't even bury it, so just dug a hole and tossed it in. We filled it up since someone could have tripped. But with a grade like that, you could say the only grade the culprit dug was his own. Yeah, that joke was so bad I can't even force myself to laugh. But besides, thanks for your info, that was a big help. Das hier wiederum ist wieder ein Ding gewesen, das ist sehr glaubhaft, dass das halt Schwachsinn ist. Also nicht was sie gesagt hat, sondern dass das angeblich das Ding ist. Das Gerücht generell. I think she's the captain of a fencing club, right? Sorry to bother you, but could I ask you a question? No bother at all, ask away. As it so happens, I'm looking into the 7 mysteries of the Academy. Have you ever heard of the sports club Scratch? Oh sure, people have been talking about it since I was a first year. Although I don't suppose it will gain much traction next year. Why is that? Pretty simple really, those screams don't come from people but the door that used to be here. It had been in bad condition for years and used to make these awful screeching noises. So I asked for a replacement at the beginning of the month, Oh, everything is nice and quiet around here. Well, that explains that. Thanks for the information. You're very welcome. Oh, dann haben wir Kennis am Pond. Nein, ich wollte eigentlich nicht angeln. Hey Irene, still fishing the good fish? I don't think that's how the saying goes, but I guess you could say that. There's actually something I was hoping to ask you about. Does the Crimson Devil of Lake Hell ring a bell? Any bells? It's one of the Academy's 7 big mysteries, right? It's the only one I know, at least. Seriously though, did anyone really believe this place was connected to hell? Probably not. Any idea what the Crimson Devil part's all about, though? That's probably a crayfish. You see them around here every so often. That must be it. What's a crayfish? That thing kinda looks like a crab. Even has 2 big claws, just like that devil's supposed to. I wouldn't be surprised if crayfish inspired the whole thing. Yeah, especially when you put it like that. Thanks, Kenneth. Ich frage mich, wieso ab und zu? Wo zur Hölle? Das hier ist ein kleiner Teich. Wo zur Hölle, wie funktioniert das Ökosystem in diesem Teich? Vor allem, wenn man da unendlich drin angeln kann. Naja, vielleicht sollte man das nicht zu sehr hinterfragen. Mal hoch und spreche mit Lotte. Can't think of a better person to ask about the upper class dorm. Excuse me, would you mind if I ask you a question? Of course not. How can I help you? So, I'm investigating the 7 mysteries of the Academy. There's one story about a poltergeist in this dorm, but would you know if there's any truth to that? I do, in fact. Some of the more experienced mates told me all about it. I've even seen it for myself. You've actually seen the poltergeist? Oh, not quite. There was a much simpler explanation behind all the havoc. As the story goes, plates are broken and utensils strewn about the kitchen, correct? But these things happen when girls try their hand at cooking for the first time. The kitchen can get very chaotic. This tends to hit its peak in May when more of them want to practice for their cooking classes. But I think a poltergeist makes for a far more interesting culprit when people are sharing stories. That explains it. Thanks for clearing everything up. Glad I could be of help. And that's the 7th mystery elucidated. In the end, none of them turned out as spooky as I'd hoped, but oh well. Hope Beryl won't be too disappointed. Schauen wir doch einfach mal. So. Laufen wir noch mal kurz hier hoch. Looks like you've finished your investigation. Can you tell me what you've learned? Sure, let me go through them one by one. We interpret the truth about each one of the 7 mysteries. I see. Condensation, magazines, a test. None of these are supernatural at all. I honestly didn't expect any of them to be real, but the truth is even more pathetic than I thought it'd be. I agree. Although it's kind of interesting that people were able to make such fantastical stories out of perfectly ordinary things. I suppose that's true. Still, I'd like to thank you for looking into everything for me. So here you go, it's something hexed with one of my favorite curses. Thanks. To tell you the truth, I'm a little surprised none of the mysteries had anything to do with the old schoolhouse. Seems like the perfect setting for a good ghost story. I wonder why it didn't come up. I mean, we already know there are strange monsters in there. What are you talking about? Of course it comes up. The real 7 mysteries at least. What? Could you say that again? I couldn't quite make that out. I didn't say a word. Perhaps your investigation has gotten to you. I could have sworn I heard it say something about the real 7 mysteries. Oh well, probably a better idea not to get into it. Doch, die würde mich interessieren. Sagt Beryl dazu was? Nope, schade. Na gut, dann gehen wir mal hier ins Engineering Building. Sind zwar schon ordentlich ein paar drin, aber ich glaube, die Quests schaffen wir auch noch schnell. Well, here you are. Hi Irene, thanks for coming. Oh hey Thor, what brings you here? I needed a little break from work, so I came along to help George and Angie. We asked her to come and help out with the request that we sent you. Oh, so she's working on the bike too? Yep, the request is pretty much the same as last time. But with one key difference this time, we'd like you to ride with Thor at your side. By my side? Don't you mean behind me? Maybe it would be easier to just show you what we're talking about. To leave the time for the grand reveal. Wow. Impressive, isn't it? Because it's the sidecar. Much like the bike itself, this was a Ruhr Institute of Technology prototype that George put the finishing touches on. You can probably tell, but the sidecar lets other people ride along with you. Though it's much closer to riding in a normal car than it is like being on a second bike. It's pretty interesting. So you want me to do a test ride whilst Thor sits in this sidecar? Yep. That means I'm in your carry. Try not to crash or anything. Right, make sure everything goes smoothly and safely. Oh, don't worry about that. George and I have already done all the necessary safety tests. The goal of this test is to get a fresh perspective, just like last time. That's right. Be sure to give us as much feedback as you can. That goes for you too, Thor. Okay. So, do you have time to go for a ride? Sorry, I'm always keeping you so busy. Oh, don't worry about it. How about you though? Do you have time? You seemed pretty busy yesterday. Thanks for worrying. But I'm fine. I got most of the harder work sorted out yesterday. Which means I've got time to spare today. As you can see, George and I are ready to go whenever you are. We'll work on to your schedule today. Good. Thank you. Well then. Why don't we get started right away? Great, let's get everything set up then. We're doing this on the nearby highway, aren't we? Yep. Same one we tested the bike on last time. So, how does it feel to be in the sidecar tower? It's exciting, but I'm a little nervous too. Knowing Ween will be driving puts me at ease, so... Thanks. Oh, Thor, please don't say things that will make me envious like that. No, I have no choice but to send Ween home and ride with you myself. Sorry to cut you short there, Angie, but I can't let you do that. Remember, we chose these two for a reason. Ah. Same tests last time, right? Starting to ride, shifting gears, and coming to a stop. Does the sidecar change things at all? Actually, yes. The main changes are the increase in weight and a different center of gravity. These two things will have a huge impact on how the bike operates. I'd recommend you approach this as a whole new experience because it's definitely going to feel like one. I never would have guessed. Okay, what will I have to do? Basically, when the sidecar is attached, you end up veering off towards its direction while you're accelerating. By the same token, when you're slowing down, you'll end up veering off in this opposite direction, which changes things a little for your test. Starting to move will pull the handlebar to the left, so make sure to turn it slightly right in advance to compensate. Next up, when you're shifting gears, you'll need to turn the handlebar slightly to the left when you disengage the clutch. Same goes for bringing her to a stop, but the extra weight means she's going to be harder to slow down. So be sure to hit the brakes earlier than you did last time. Will do. It's like a whole different set of rules. It really is, but you should be fine if you pay attention to what you're doing. My advice for you, Thor, is to believe in Ween and focus entirely on enjoying yourself. I think you'll have a wonderful time if you do. Seconded. That should help motivate Ween too. How so? Well, think about it. I'll be happy knowing you're having fun, and I won't want to make any mistakes and ruin that. Oh, that's so sweet. Well then, here's hoping this will be fun for both of us. That we hope. Alright, I'm going to start up the engine now. This is all so exciting. Okay, get ready. Angelica said I should turn my handlebar a bit when I start moving, didn't she? Genau, und zwar müssen wir die nach rechts tun. Here we go. Glad I didn't mess that up. Yeah, that was really smooth. And off they go. Yeah, should be fun to talk to them when we get back. So how is it? Does it feel different from when you wrote it on? Definitely does. Angelica was right when she said it would handle completely differently. And that's not the only thing. Oh, what else is there? Oh, nothing. I was thinking of something else. Well, we shouldn't tell her that the excitement of riding with her is a bigger hurdle than the sidecar. Okay, I think we're both used to the speed by now. Are you ready to go a bit faster? Sure. Right then, let's switch gears. Which way did I have to turn this handlebar while switching again? Slightly to the left. I need to disengage the clutch, then turn the handlebar slightly to the left, opposite of the way we drove off. Perfect. Well, look at you. That went well. Thanks for the encouragement. Don't be silly. All I'm doing is sitting here. It really does feel nice, doesn't it? The view from here is great too. It's a much more refreshing experience than I expected it would be. Having you here with me makes it a lot more fun too. Oh, thanks. Okay then, I guess we're about done. Almost time for us to turn back, so I'm going to slow down a bit. Okie dokie, sounds like it's time for a final test. Angelica said that the extra weight with the sidecar means I should take a different approach to slowing down. What was it I had to do? Brake earlier than usual. Takes longer for it to come to a stop with the extra weight, so I should put the brakes on earlier than usual. There we go, we stopped in just the right spot. I knew you could do it. Thank you, Rena, had so much fun. We still have the journey back to looking forward to. I'm glad to hear it. Why don't we take a little break before we go back then? Sounds good to me. It seems like things went very well for both of you. I'm impressed you could handle her so well with such different hardware than the last time you wrote. Please, I'm blushing here. We really appreciate your help too, Thor. Ended up having a really good time, didn't you? I did. It was a lot easier to just sit back and enjoy myself than I thought. Of course, that's all thanks to Reen. Not at all. The fact that you trusted in me and were able to enjoy yourself kept me focused and doing a good job. Well, I always trust in you, so today wasn't anything special. Nice to hear you say that, though. It tears at my soul to say it, but you do make for a good pair. I was about to say the same thing. Well then, that finishes up the test. Let's head back to the engineering building. Thank you both for all the great data. Your feedback should come in handy when I'm tuning this thing. Always glad to help. Planning on entering that data into the computer, right? Would you like me to help you organize all of it? Really? Better be a big help, but are you sure you have time? Aren't you busy with your preparation for the trade conference? Wait, I was going to the trade conference? Alright, I haven't told you yet, have I? The truth is, the Imperial government requested I go along to help out the major players. As such, I'll be heading to Crossbell for the trade conference as an assistant to the entourage. The entourage attends to the Empire's representative during the meeting, right? And you're assisting them? Yeah, it'll mainly involve helping out with paperwork and scheduling, I'd imagine. I don't think I'll be much help, to be honest, but the government did ask. Thors received a ton of job offers from all over the country lately. Everyone's just waiting on her to graduate. The trade conference invited the government's attempt to sweeten the deal. Unbelievable. Does that mean you're planning on moving into government work instead of the military? Oh, I still haven't decided yet. I'm kind of doing this just to broaden my horizons. And apparently all of this is because of the trouble in Heimdall last month. The government took a real interest in how quickly and efficiently she evacuated all of the civilians. That explains it. I'd say Class 7 ended up doing a lot more than I ever could have. I even had help from Angie and Crow too. Even it was thanks to your instruction that we were able to split up and handle everything so efficiently. If you did decide to enter the military, I think you make a splendid commander. If I had a uniform small enough to fit her at least. Hey, no teasing allowed. Either way, best of luck. I'm sure we'll be in the middle of another field study by then, but I'll be praying that things go well for you. Thanks, Ween. Whoa, this is starting to look way too much like a Septian mirror novella. Let me just step in right here and keep you two from stumbling into a badly written fantasy. What kind of novellas are you reading? Was it something I said? No, asking questions will only encourage her. We change the subject before this gets out of hand? Thanks for helping us test the bike out again. This is for you. Just glad I could help. See you later, Benween. Good luck investigating the old schoolhouse too. Au revoir. You'll be the first person we ask if we need any more help. Yay. Hello, Ween Schwartz of Class 7 speaking. It's Sarah. You knocking out those requests for the student council? Yeah, I've made my way through several of them now, and I'm just getting started on the rest. Right, I've got something to talk to you about, so come along to the faculty lounge when you can. I'm not going to take it out on your grades if you don't show anything, just a personal thing. Later. You didn't even wait to hear my response. Oh, well, I suppose I should go meet her in the faculty lounge when I get a chance. Ja, aber das werden wir dann erst im nächsten Part machen. Wenn euch der hier gefallen hat, lasst gerne einen Daumen nach oben da, abonniert den Kanal, um nicht mehr zu verpassen. Und dann sehen wir uns beim nächsten Mal wieder. Bis dahin. Ciao, ciao.